Hey, Halfmilesniper here, and we are back on the range today. Today, we're going to be doing something we haven't done for a while, quite a while. Never mind, we haven't been on the range in quite a while, but this is something a little bit different. So y'all sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. So this morning, we're going to be shooting the 350 Legend. We're actually going to be testing a couple of the bullets that Eric G sent us, the 123 grain soft points and these 50 grain gigantic hollow points. I have no idea how they're going to shoot. Try to find some sun here. Have no idea how they're going to shoot. No idea where they're going to shoot, but we're going to put a few over the chronograph, see how fast they're going, and then we're going to try to catch one. And if you look close at the thumbnail, you see that I tried to make some homemade ballistic gel. We're going to see if it works. So give me a few more minutes to get things set up. We'll get to shooting. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I got the target cam running. I've got 2 dots down there because we're going to shoot the 123 grain soft points. And then we're going to shoot the 50 grain hollow points. These are loaded with a starting load of 26.0 grains of H110. Since 26.0 gave us really good data with the 147s, I figured it would be a safe place to start with the lighter bullets. And I expect the 26.0 for the 50 grain hollow points, they should be screaming. I just don't know how fast they'll be going. So we'll start off and shoot us a 3-shot group with the 123 grain soft points. See what we get for speed, see how they hit, and then we will try some of the 26 grain, and then I have or some of the 50 grain hollow points, and I have them loaded up through 27.3 grains. We'll be watching closely and see if we get excessive speed or pressure signs on the brass. But we gotta get started. You might hear some shooting going on. There's CCW requals going. I had to go do mine this morning. That's why I'm getting a late start. But so. Let me get loaded up. We'll get some rounds down range. Okay, eyes and ears on. Chronograph is running. Try to figure out where to put the phone so it's not in the way. Well, that appears to have chambered nicely. Outer ears aren't going to work with this gun. We'll have to go with the inner ears. Okay, we are over the chronograph. I'm going to aim for the top dot. Top dot, 123 grain soft point, 26.0 grains of H110. Here we go. Did I miss the chronograph? I did. So, let me crank it up a little bit higher. Alrighty, well, we've got the chronograph reset. We'll take us another round. Primer looks okay. Brass was a little sootier than I would have liked to have seen. But let me double check here again. There's the chronograph. I think I was too high over the chronograph from that first shot, so here we go again. Okay, gun's hot. There's the chronograph. Uh, 24:23. But why did we not get a reading? Is my phone not talking to the lady in the chronograph? We'll see. Shot number, well, 3, but actually 2 for record. Because it disconnected. Oh, let's see if it talks now. I don't have faith in it. Okay, so 24:40. 24:44 on the second shot over the chronograph. Third shot over the chrono.
2,287.
2287. Don't know why that one went so slow, but group is consistently left about 3 inches and 1.5 inches high. That's the 123 grain stuff. Now, let me go check that brass. That brass is still a little bit on the sooty side, but now, for giggles, we're going to shoot 3 of the hollow points. Remember, those are the great big giant hollow point Eric G sent us. And let me go clear the data, because the lady wasn't talking to me, we weren't getting full data. I'll have to hand calculate those first 3 speeds, but it looked like about 2350 maybe. So these will be the 50 grain hollow points. Don't even know if they're going to chamber. Oh, first one chambers. Now, bigger question is, where are they going to hit? So we're going to shoot bottom dot, and we'll see what happens. Bottom dot, 50 grain hollow point, 26.0 grains of H110. Here we go.
3,082.
3,082. And it is hitting about 3.5, 4 inches right, and 2.5 inches low. Let's see how they group. There's hardly any recoil. Okay. Aha. So they short stroked because they don't have enough oomph to drive the bolt. That's okay. Here we go, shot number 2.
3,059.
3,059. Let's see if it's cycled. Short stroked, left around in the chamber, so, or left around in the magazine, emptied the chamber. And shot 3, here we go.
3,182.
3182. Cool. Let's see what we get for data here. I'm going to go back. Where is... There we go. They've moved things around. They've updated the app. Our 3-shot average was 3107. Our extreme spread was 123. Standard deviation was 58. 3107 at the starting load. These puppies are screaming. We're going to try some of the other charges here, see what we get up to in speed. I just have to check the brass, and we will continue on. I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so this is the 123 grain group. It's fist size. The 50 grain group is actually not too bad. It's maybe 2 inches. Right now I'm going to leave the sights set where they are. I'm going to leave the target, and we're going to shoot the increasing charges and see if the group moves back towards the dot. Then I'll save a couple rounds, try to zero it for the 50 grainer, and then we will set up a ballistic gel block here and shoot it from the 100-yard line. Okay, we ran down to check the target camera, make sure we still had target camera running. Take a look at the groups. And I'm not going to change targets. I'm going to keep shooting now at that bottom dot, and we'll see if the group moves around as the charge changes. So originally we shot 26.0 grains pushing that 50 grain hollow point. Now we're going to try 26.4. 26.4. Okay, chronograph should be talking to the phone. There's the chronograph. Oh, just dawned on me. If those had been much further to the right, I would have wiped out my target cam. Not good. 26.4 on the bottom dot. Let's see where they hit and see how they run.
$3,256.
3256. And still not cycling the gun.
$3,197.
3197. Oh, that one picked up.
$3,285.
3285. So 26.4 gave us an average of 3246, extreme spread of 88, standard deviation 37. Screaming along at 3,200 feet per second, but not cycling the gun. And it would appear to have moved up and to the left. Next up, we will be trying 26.7. 26.7. Okay, 26.7, continuing, holding on the bottom dot. 26.7, here we go. One, two. We stuck around. Well, having been in this situation before, I was prepared. But that puppy seems to be in there pretty good. I'll show you what happened here in a second. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure why, but it would appear on that particular case, the powder got fouled because there was a bunch of crushed walnut material from dry tumbling stuck in the bottom. I'm guessing that perhaps maybe there was still a little bit of water in there from wet tumbling, and then I resized and then dry tumbled, but it may not have been fully dry. And that bullet moved just far enough into the rifling. I guess it did kind of pop. We'll see what it looks like on the video. So let me put the gun back together and get the target cam set back up, and we'll get back to shooting. Target camera's running again. Chronograph's still running. Bore obstruction's cleared out. Got 26.7 grains of H110, well, most of 26.7 grains of H110 all over the table. I think we had just a little bit of powder burn, just enough to shove that bullet into the lands, which made for a little bit more of a harder removal. I had to hit it several times. Okay, 26.7, still on the bottom dot.
$3,188.
3188. Took her a while to tell me. Okay, and it did not pick up the round. Still not cycling the gun.
$3,195.
3195. That time it did pick up.
$3,236.
3236, and that one went way low. Interesting. 26.7 gave us 3206 for an average, extreme spread of 48, standard deviation 21. And what's interesting is 26.0 still shot the best group. Let me clear these out and we will try the next load. 27.0. Over the chronograph. On the bottom, 27.0.
3,157.
3157, and still not cycling the gun. Shot number 2 at 27.0. Did I miss the sensors? I must have. Okay, centered. Third shot. Give us a reading, dear. Well, I don't know. Did I lose connection? Okay, so I missed the sensors apparently. My guess is either I missed the sensors or the sun has moved enough that I'm not picking up the shadow. This will be the last test with the 350 here, 350 Legend with the 50 grain hollow points. This will be 27.3 grains of H110. Let's make sure we're over the chronograph. Okay. 27.3 grains H110. Here we go. Chronograph. 27.3. Here we go.
3,338.
3,338. And still not picking up rounds. Centered.
2,335.
2335. I'm not sure what's up with that.
$3,254.
3254. Now, we had a really low hit in there. 2335. I don't know if that's supposed to be a 3355 or 3335 because that would have been right in the range. But I think I'm going to take a couple quick shots here, try to center a little bit more up, and then we're going to try to catch it in the ballistic gel. Alrighty. Whew. So I have my homemade ballistic gel block set up down there. I put a 2-inch target on it. We're going to shoot 26.0 grains H110. And see if we can catch this hollow point from 100 yards. See, it says 100 up there. Gel block's all the way down there by the target. Now, we were hitting just a little bit low and a little bit right, but we adjusted the scope. So I'm going to hold a little bit left and see what happens. Here we go. Nice. Let's go see. Now I can see that I left a track in the gel. What I can't tell is if I caught the bullet or if it blew right out the back, because it's only a single block. I did mean to bring some water jugs to stack up behind them, just in case I pass through the block. But we'll find out in a minute. Bring you right back. Well. So, I had that dot there, and I aimed roughly about here. We put our shot there, and I don't know how well we can see. I should have probably put the camera facing towards the black wall, but we caught that hollow point right here, even though it was moving 3,000 feet per second. Let's see if I can roll that over this way and get it better. This is actually looking through the top now. Cool. Okay, I'm going to reset this and we're going to try one of the 123 grain. I suspect it'll probably blow all the way through. Alrighty, that was cool. Homemade ballistic gel caught that bullet. We haven't cut it out yet because we're going to try putting one more on it here from the 100-yard line. And we'll see if the 123 grain bullet passes all the way through, or if we can catch it as well. Let me hustle back and we'll get that shot downrange. This will be the 123 grain. Now these were hitting a little bit high. Here we go. Well, the block jumped. Let's go see. I should have aimed a hair higher, but we passed all the way through. And now that we're home, remember this was the bottom, so this was the second shot. Bolt went in here and just blew apart. Cavity, wound cavity goes deep. And that hollow point poked a nice clean little hole there. Goes in kind of interesting. Now I'm going to cut the bullet out because it's right here and we want to see what that looks like. Okay, we sliced in with the knife, and this is what that 50 grain bullet looks like, just a plug. So I'm going to guess that in the wound channel here, there's got to be a couple of chunks of metal. In fact, that might be them right back here. There's one right there. We were able to rip right into the wound cavity. It's right there. I can only get it. There we go. There's another piece. And there's another piece. That's what I was able to fish out of the gel. Now, I need to get that gel back in the ice box so I can remelt it. Alrighty, y'all. Well, there we have it. We tested out some of the projectiles Eric G sent us. He's going to be sending some more. We'll make some 9mm ammo with him, see how that works. And tested out the homemade ballistic gel. We actually managed to catch the hollow point, the 123 grain soft point. Passed all the way through. Wished I would have thought to bring water jugs. I did plan on it, but I forgot to bring them because I would have stacked water jugs behind it. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have made it but 1 or 2 jugs after going through the gel. And I can't wait to see how the gel reacts in slow-mo. But, whew, it's getting warm today. Hard to believe it's like almost the end of October and it's still hitting 100 degrees. But I guess it's supposed to be a El Nino winter this year, so it'll be wet and cold. But with all that being said, I want to tell y'all that I appreciate each and every one of y'all hanging with me and watching the premieres and the videos and commenting and liking and subscribing. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'd like to remind y'all to stay strapped or get clapped. Carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need one, because you need one. And if you're in a constitutional carry state, get a CCW anyways. You may travel. I'm wore out now. But we're going to head back to the house, get things cleaned up, get this video edited so we can get it up for y'all. Thank you for hanging with me. And as always, this is Halfmilesniper reminding you, stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it. Hit.